Okay, right. As the title implies, I will be reading the Communist Manifesto, chapter 1 to 4. At least that's how many chapters I found on this page. Now, let's go. Manifesto of the Communist Party. A specter is haunting Europe. Specter of communism. All the powers of all Europe have entered into a holy alliance to exorcise this specter. Pope and Tsar, Metternich and Roubizo, French radicals, and German police spies. Where is the party in opposition that has not been decried as communistic by its opponents in power? Where is the opposition that has not hurled back the brand new reproach of communism against the more advanced opposition parties, as well as its reactionary adversaries? Two things result from this fact. One, communism is already acknowledged by all European powers to be itself a power. Two, it is high time that the communists should openly, in the face of the world, publish their views, their aims, their tendencies, and meet this nursery tale of the specter of communism with a manifesto of the party itself. To this end, communists of various nationalities have assembled in London and sketched the following manifesto to be published in the English, French, German, Italian, Flemish, and Danish languages. Chapter 1: Bourgeoisie and Proletarian. The history of all Chilero's existing societies is the history of class struggles: freeman and slave, patrician and plebeian, lord and serf, guildmaster and journeyman, in a word, oppressed and oppressor. Oppressor and oppressed, stood in constant opposition to one another, carried on in an interrupted, now hidden, now open, fight. A fight that is each time ended in a revolutionary reconstitution of society at large, or in the common ruins of the contending classes. In the early epochs of history, we find almost everywhere a complicated arrangement of society to various orders, a manifold uh, gradation of social rank. In ancient Rome, we have the patricians, knights, plebeians, slaves. In the Middle Ages, feudal lords, vassals, guildmasters, journeymen, apprentices, serfs, in almost in almost all of the classes, again, subordinate graduation. The modern bourgeoisie society that has sprouted from the ruins of feudal society has not done away with class antagonisms. It has but established new classes, new conditions of oppression, new forms of struggle in place of the old ones. Our epochs, the epochs of the bourgeoisie, possesses, however, this distinct feature. It has simplified class antagonisms. Society as a whole is more and more splitting up into two hostile camps, into two great classes directly facing each other: bourgeoisie and proletariat. From serfs in the Middle Ages that sprang the charters, burghers, and earliest towns, from these dresses, the elements of bourgeoisie were developed. The discovery of America, the rounding of the Cape, opening of fresh ground for rising bourgeoisie, the East Indian and Chinese markets, the colonization of America, trade with the colonies, the increase in the means of exchange and commodities, commodities generally gave to commerce, to navigation, to industry, an impulse never known before, and thereby to revolution to the revolutionary element in, in a tottering feudal society, a rapid development. The feudal system of industry, in which industrial production was monopolized by closed guilds, now no longer sufficed for the growing wants of the new markets. The manufacturing system took its place. The guild masters were pushed on one side by manufacturing middle class, Division of labor between the different corporate guilds vanished in the face of division of labor in each single workshop. In the meantime, the markets kept ever growing, the demand ever rising. Even manufacturing, even, manu- even manufacture no longer sufficed. Thereupon, steam and machinery revolutionized industrial production. Place of manufacture was taken by the giant modern industry. Place of industrial middle class by industrial millionaires. The leaders of the whole industrial armies, the modern bourgeoisie. Modern industry has established the world market, for which the discovery of America paved the way. This market has given an immense development to commerce. God fucking damn it. Never mind. Modern industry has established the world market for which the discovery of America paved the way. This market has been given immense development to commerce, to navigation, to communication by land. This development, in its turn, rea- reacted on the extension of industry, and in proportion as industry, commerce, navigation, railway lines extended. In the same proportion, the bourgeoisie developed, increasing capital, and pushed into the background every class handed down from the Middle Ages. We therefore have the modern bourgeoisie itself, the product of a long course of development, of a series of revolutions in the modes of production and exchange. Each step in the development of the bourgeoisie was accompanied by corresponding political advance of that class, an oppressed class under the sway of feudal nobility, an armed, an arm, an armed and self-governing association in a medieval commune. Here, independent urban republics, as in Italy and Germany, their taxable third estate of the monarchy, as in France, afterwards, in the period of manufacturing proper, serving either the semi-feudal or absolute monarchy as a counterpoise against the nobility, and in fact, cornerstone of the great monarchies in general. Bourgeoisie has at last, since the establishment of modern industry and of the world market, conquered for itself, in a modern represent, representative state, exclusive political sway. The exclusive of the modern state is but committee for managing the common affairs of the whole bourgeoisie. The bourgeoisie, historically, has played a most revolutionary part. The bourgeoisie, wherever it has gotten the upper hand, has put an end to all feudal, patriarchal, idyllic relations. It has pitilessly torn asunder the motley feudal ties that has bound man to his natural superiors, and has left the remaining no other nexus between man than naked self-interest, than callous cash payment. It has drowned the most heavenly ecstasies of religious fever, of chivalrous enthusiasm, of Philistine sentimentalism, in the icy water of egotistical calculation. It has resolved personal worth into exchange value, and in place the numberless, indivisible charters of freedom, has set up that single unconscious freedom, free trade, in one word, exploitation, veiled by religious and political illusions. It has substituted naked, shameless, direct, brutal exploitation. Whew. I will be reading the next of this in a few minutes. Until then, I will see you next time. Bye bye. This has been Chapter 1 of the Communist Manifesto.